Oh, chapter 5 already?
It's one of them!
Snack.
Take its head!
Okay. So we are gonna need to go back there, that's what, but I'm gonna go over here, so that means we go this way. No, but it's gonna be an interesting route.
Get them weapons ready! Find one! We cannot be defeated! I shall fear no evil!
I think there's a beast. This. Should be able to avoid him. Hello, fellas. And it does some nice damage though. Now we're gonna come to an interesting.
Get them weapons ready!
And 2 hits and. Only if I should go this way, because there was last time there were vampires up here thing to kill. There's 2 of them. So let's see what's background. Worrying when it's too quiet, man. Avoid the vampire fights. Tedious. Shit. You have to fight this damn vampire again. Only if I can sneak up on him.
This is my territory!
Nope. Okay.
Good evening, Mr. Swanborough.
Is it you, Dr. Reed? Please come in.
Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool.
Oh.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Here is another page of the diary we were talking about.
Ah, now we're talking. Ingredients, dosages, dangers, and side effects. This is it.
Is the diary complete now?
No. The author tested his work in a hidden laboratory. We must find out where it was. Please, find me more pages, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
Oh. It's types like
What
I
kind
had.
of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
God damn it. That one
What
it
can
was
I do
totally
for you,
unnecessary
Doctor?
for me to go here.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
Just wondering if I should try and back. Could just ignore or back. Just ignore everybody. No gates or anything. Go to Dr. Swansea. Teleport over. Back here. Don't want to go through the cemetery.
Die, leech! You London vampires are so weak!
London vampires are so weak.
Over there! There's one!
Hello? Yep, pick up a loot thing.
See them fancy clothes? This one's a top!
Yep. Okay. Does this one require? Oh, we have the stuff to upgrade it actually. Did I pick on my this one? Blood. Damn it. Don't have that. We have blood. Question here is which blood. A bit more damage. How much more damage though? Any more? Oh! Actually, I'm gonna go with damage. Let's see. I need to. Okay. We should disassemble. Good. Ammo. Wonder if I should maybe sleep here. Level up.
Fear and disgust on every
I have wasted too much energy.
Because then I don't have that far to go if I need to cure people here. And, I went it way
What
around.
news, Jonathan? I've heard you've now joined the vampire elite of London.
Did Elizabeth tell you?
So it's Elizabeth now. My. Things are moving quickly. I turn my back for a moment and away you go.
Have you seen Lady Ashbury recently?
Yes, she popped in yesterday. Told me about your new friends in the West End.
Just a courtesy visit, then.
Yes. And no. She was en route to the docks, I think. Following a lead concerning your maker.
Okay.
How's the situation at the Pembroke?
We're still holding out. Question is, for how long? What we really need is hope, Jonathan. Hope for a better tomorrow.
I may have found the source of the contagion. Doris Fletcher, the actress. Thankfully, in the end, she was destroyed by fire.
Really? Oh, please, do tell me more.
Doris was a heavily mutated skull. Almost a new breed entirely. It's as if the disease had completely altered her mind and body. Highly contagious.
As if the disease had taken control of her will?
Yes. Once a beautiful and brilliant woman, she became motivated by hate alone.
Oh, she was a beauty. I met her when she visited the hospital to cheer up the sick. Too bad the fire destroyed her. But it was probably for the best.
Have you heard of similar cases?
No, I don't think so. Except, perhaps, It reminds me of an old report from the Brotherhood. Well, more an article, really.
What was it about?
The author, a friar, referred to a rare form of contagion in a skull he observed during the Black Death. The carrier was always female. They called them Icors.
I'll come back later. Thank you, Edgar.
Always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Okay. We still need one more page somewhere. Nothing more, no more side quests. That's the only side quest there is left. So, I think I'm gonna rest here and see what happens. Because we might need to cure people here and here. And North Docks, and this is the easiest place to go from. Let's level up. Or if I bring back that one, I get more XP. I get XP for turning in that one. Okay. Damn it. Go over there. Need some. I'm gonna get some XP for turning in the quest. So. That was a loot box I missed. Nope. Switch. There's a new one. There. It's faster too. Let's see. I think we go through here. Gonna be higher level now, or still low levels?
We have to stop it!
Wonder why these two don't level up like the rest. She isn't in, no. I need to find something more about this guy and his wife, though. West Enders must unite. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them control you. They are amongst us. Just after you sold vampires are ready. Defend your community. This public warning leaflet being financed and distributed by Mr. C. Cosley. For more information, please call him directly and attend his next public lecture. What the heck? Hear about it?
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
Tell me what you have discovered about vampires, Clarence.
They've always been here. And if you search for long enough, you realize others know about these devils too. I'm not alone.
Have you shared your research with anybody else?
No. But I've published my leaflets all across the city, hoping that someday someone will realize I'm printing the truth.
What do you mean you're not alone? Who have you met?
The Guard of Prewin, the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, Ichabod Throgmorton. Those names always pop up when you dig deep enough.
Have you spoken with any of them?
No. With the quarantine, it's almost impossible to leave the West End. But as a doctor, maybe you could, Johnny.
Are you asking me to help you prove the existence of vampires, Clarence?
Yes, Johnny.
Okay.
Please, gather all the information you can find about vampires and bring it to me. You're the only friend I have left. I need you.
Ugh. Okay.
Clarence, why have you distributed leaflets about vampires all across the West End?
I have to warn everybody about them. They've killed thousands of people already, unnoticed thanks to the epidemic. We are all in danger here.
Vampires in London? Come on, Clarence. Who's going to believe that?
I'm not mad, Jonathan. You have to believe me. I know they are real. They're all around us, even as we speak.
Clarence, I'm your friend, so I'm not going to judge you. But think about your wife, your family. You're in pain, and you need help. I can help you.
I don't need a doctor, Jonathan. I need my best friend to trust me.
Do you realize you are ruining your family, Clarence? Don't you see the risk here?
Money isn't important. Not important when it is a matter of life and death. That is what my dear
This guy
Venus cannot understand.
People will laugh at you, if they don't already. Think about your wife and your position. Think about your future.
I understand my wife's embarrassment, but gossips don't kill, vampires do. There'll be no future if people don't open their eyes.
I can't believe I'm telling you this, but if warning people is that important to you, why not choose a more efficient way to spend your money?
Don't you think I tried? I knocked at every door, went to every bank, I even tried to be published. No, Jonathan. This is a one-man war.
Oh, I should have said I believe you there, probably.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Doo-doo. Rum.
Always a pleasure to see you, sir.
Still haven't cleaned up, I see. What the?
Elizabeth, What are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
I have a boat ready to go whenever I want. These hunters won't catch me.
Been in here.
Lord Redgrave is outside almost every night coordinating our defenses. Such an example.
So much butt kissing.
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lancebearer. Please tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
As you wish, my lord.
Good. Now go.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before I go, I have a few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die, and he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then?
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
But not everybody survives, though.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Why didn't I get that choice then? Huh.
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted at least 2 foreign echoes. This, I think, was safe for now. I pursued and killed the last hunter with my own hands as he tried to escape the club.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson, to make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Ooh.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the Reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall. And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
Interesting news.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please, be careful.
Didn't get an XP for handing in the quest as I thought I would. Slightly disappointed. So we go and rest and level up.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
Oh, it's up there. Okay. I was wondering if I should go down the sewers now. But we know. Get some levels. I think I have anything I need to do. Upgraded. Should be. Nothing to advance. Let's see. How much? 50. Oh. I just don't get why this one is so much from like 190. It's like 40 more and it's sold. Oh, get it why the... Files. Dun, dun. I think I'm gonna get well. Okay, let's see what happens. Cured. Good. Okay, now people are getting sick over there all of a sudden. Let's see. Fatigue 1, 2. 5 fatigues. To go and quickly just deal with that. This makes sense. We have need to go to the docks. It's the quickest way there. Yes, we go down. Over. I don't have anything I need to buy.
The equality between men and women. Women die.
Let's quickly just go to the docks and have it done with.
Sorry, sir. It's a leech! Kill it!
How the heck?
Leech has been killed! It's a killer! Fuck, it's fast!
Wow. Gotta check what level they were. Vampyr?
Stupid newborn!
Ouch. come on! Oh, getting stuck in shit. Okay. And again, it's like the tracking is bullshit. Vampires, man.
Pleasure, sir. It's been a while since we've seen any
New faces. Give me plenty. Now let's see here.
The wet boots shouldn't be fighting each other. They've got bigger problems elsewhere.
How can I... Since I talk to him. There we go.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Do you need my medical attention, sir?
Actually, I may. In my line of work, I have to stop at any sign of infection.
Treating a vampire hunter's wounds is certainly a first for me. I'm happy to help you, of course.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. Your support means a lot.
Have you heard any rumors regarding Sean Hampton's shelter?
The sad saint will always be a target for vampires, but I'm keeping an eye out.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
Changed a bit, yeah.
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to call me that, Dr. Reed.
Young man, do you require medical attention?
I don't like asking for help, but I don't want to be one of those poor sods dying in the streets.
There's no shame in asking for help, especially when you are in desperate need of it. Here, take this. You should recover in no time.
Thank you, I suppose.
The pulse? Just
Show
check.
me what you have to offer then, Mr. Nightingale.
Guess we keep it. I think there was somebody here who needs.
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reed.
Do you need my medical attention, Miss Paxton?
I can keep going, Dr. Reed.
Of course you can, Miss Paxton, but I wouldn't recommend it. Please, take this. You will feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. Thank you. Really.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
He's fine. Okay. Let's see. So we have Clay Cox. Ella. Oh. There. Was she's over here, I think.
So much noise. The vampire
Let's see. So
Lost boys will be all
she's the one in the house there.
Good evening, Mrs. Fishburne. May I come in, please?
Of course. Dr. Reed. I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people. What can I do for you, Dr. Reed?
Mrs. Fishburne, are you in need of any medical assistance?
I am afraid I am, Doctor. I don't feel well at all.
Then let me give you a prescription.
I thank you for your generosity, sir. It's something this part of town truly needs.
Do you have any news about Sean Hampton's shelter?
I just heard the sad saint keeps on helping the sick and poor. God bless his soul.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
Let's go and fix Cox. We're going to main story. In a piss, I see. Sure.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
Can I offer you my medical help, Miss Cox?
Giving out for free? You'd make a poor businessman, Dr. Reed.
Perhaps I would. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you. But don't expect me to owe you anything.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
There was something I think I had. Four? Okay. Here. What was this? Let's go up and that's real quick. What's that? Oh wait. One. Hi. I'm almost done already. Here we have. Still haven't found that material anywhere yet, so we need is done. That one is done. Okay.
But now everything seems under control, more or less.
Don't forget to keep an eye out for this garden.
Now we can go back then. Go with main store. Why is it these all pop-ups? Okay. Making sure there's no conversation. Music here, for some reason, makes me think of Stranger Things. Same feel. Okay, so there's where those can be found. Yes.
Support the equality between
Yes, they are in this area though, so.
It could be someone you know, even someone you're close to.
That's why we found these that we picked up. And let's go check these. I wonder if they can be in. Yes, they could be. Get in here.
Hello, Venus.
Hello, Jonathan. Please
Or,
come in.
oh no, it's
You
collectible
survived the
items.
Great War. I feared the worst.
Missed those 5 shillings. Oh my god. I wonder if I can check all of her and make it open that.
I'm so sorry for your...
Let's see if she has
What
something.
do you need from me, Jonathan?
Tell me about Clarence's obsession with vampires.
It drives me so crazy it makes my stomach hurt. I was so relieved to have him back. But I quickly realized he'd lost his mind in France.
I understand your irritation, Venus. But you have to accept the trauma Clarence endured on the battlefield.
The question is simple, Jonathan. Is my husband mad? Yes or no? Do vampires exist? Or is Clarence a lunatic?
So you don't believe Clarence?
If poor Mary, bless her soul, had tried to convince you of the existence of bloody vampires, would you have believed her? Seriously?
The important question is, what do you really think of your husband?
I'm tough, Jonathan. He should have told me the horrors he witnessed, however appalling it was, instead of inventing a fantasy about blood-drinking monsters.
What do you think about Clarence squandering his fortune on his obsession?
Soon we'll be poor, and forced to sell the house. Where will we go? In which filthy, infected part of town will we end up? I'm so afraid.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I never met the man. I know Clarence tried to contact him recently, but I don't know why.
Goodbye for now.
You know that you are always welcome here. But at this hour of night?
Not like your husband is home, huh?
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Well, I've discovered he's quite versed in occult knowledge. So I wrote him a letter asking him to finance my research about vampires. He never responded.
But that would be like the hint about...
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
He has to say.
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
What do you know about Aloysius Dawson?
That man is a tyrant. The embodiment of greed and selfishness. All I despise about this country.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. A great night, what?
So, did you try the restaurant I recommended?
Oh, yes. I can't thank you enough, my dear doctor. Exquisite, but expensive. But what is money made for, if not for little pleasures?
I'm glad you enjoyed the place.
I do, Doctor, I do. Thank you again.
No! Come on, game, what the heck?
Do you know anything about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
He used to be a big spender. One day, he sent 3 houseboys to buy all the beluga in my shop. For his brother's birthday, if I remember correctly.
I see. Anything else? Less gastronomic, perhaps?
I really can't say. The man is filthy rich. But you know that, of course.
I may have a look at your goods, Mr. Russell.
Oh, he actually has it. Want the white phosphor? Was something else, right? Was it this one? I think it is. Some. Can we... Weapon check for I want to see if I can upgrade or what we are missing for. Need 3 more. Did I hear somebody say help me? Hello, mother. See what she might have to say about the locked door. Yeah. Just wondering if there will be a quest down there or just an exploration part.
You cannot forget his name. Rats. Tasty rats. Those clever rodents are cautious now. They won't approach.
Don't know anything more pressing, no.
I need to find information about Aloysius Dawson. What can you tell me about him?
Don't trust him. He's looking for the same thing I was. Rats? No, not rats. Something else. I don't remember.
I must go now. Goodbye, Miss Billow.
Vampyr, Prince of Lies, treacherous deceiver, walking death. Okay, there's nothing more around this area, so let's move on. Main story. Seems to be some characters I haven't met yet. Here we are. I do like this because I haven't been down there. Go in and have a look. See what's down there. Huh? shit! Ah! Crap. Get out of it. Stamina. Who is this talking? That's what I don't get. Oh yeah. Go get into you then, buddy.
This is now my domain, young Ekon.
How the heck? It's like freaking Dark Souls tracking bullshit, man. It's annoying.
Stupid newborn! Your prey is mine now! Help me!
Good, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need help, sir?
I think I'm fine. But what happened to my jailer? Be careful. He's as vicious as he is strong.
You don't have to worry about him anymore. What happened here?
I am Tadao Kimura. I was imprisoned by this lunatic for several days. I thought I was going to die here.
You're not going to die now, Mr. Kimura. If you hurry, you should be able to get home safely.
It seems that I owe you my life. You have all my gratitude, Dr. Reed, since it is the most precious thing I possess.
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura. Take care.
Okay. The heresy of the pure blood. Pure blood, we know the expression, we heard it in the foul mouth of the heretics and the foreign barbarians. Use it sometimes ourselves. Do we really know what it means? A vampire born from an immortal belly. What a disgusting idea. How would such a creature find its place among the livings? What would be its purpose? Ours is clear, gentlemen. Ascalon is here to protect the Empire and all its citizens. We are the protectors and shepherds, even when sometimes sacrifice a sheep for our sustenance. Whoever will be found guilty of succumbing to the desire of breeding immortal child shall be eradicated. Go of Ascalon. There was one more for That one. You got nothing else to say?
Are you sure you'll manage to reach the West End by yourself, Mr. Kimura?
Yes, I'm perfectly capable of defending myself when not ambushed by insane cultists.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura. Take care. Fresh water. As long as it's not holy water, I may find some use for it.
Oh, it's for a flower. Whatever. Hospital.
He's a killer! Don't like that, do ya?
No loot from you.
This is no place for you, sir. It's elite! Kill it! Look at it! This is fun! One of them! Fuck! He's dead! Hey, leeches! Filthy fucking beast! Want some of this?
Upstairs, but could care less about him. That's not need to go. wonder. We have to go. No, there's an underground place. Oh, to teleport.
It's locked. I should find another way to get into the neighborhood.
Up here. I think, yes, we went through this whole place before. Why does that take priority over your charge attack? That's so silly. And again, so annoying. They do hit you hard. I assume we're gonna have to fight the vampire again then, huh?
There has been a fight here. I can see a blood trail. Left by one of the antagonists, perhaps? What a mess. Something terrible happened here. But what?
Go this way. Yep. No, that's where the pathway is. Should check and see what's down here, by the way. If there's anything to get. Fight that vampire again. Here. I was checking out before. Okay. Fight a vampire again now. Killed this guy once before.
I think this passage could lead me close to Aloysius Dawson's mansion.
Vampire. This is where the blood trail goes, right? The footsteps up there, looks like they're going this way. But they are nowhere to be seen after that. Like, okay, let's see what we find down here then. temple. Can I get anything? Was that an empty box?
It's locked, all right.
Looked all right. Shit, something's gonna happen here, I think.
Kneel, traitor!
What the?
You shall learn to respect.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Die.
What the heck?
Die.
Oh, what the heck, man? That was. How didn't that go through? Come on.
Your blood is now mine. Kneel, traitor.
Oh, what the?
Foolish.
Oh, come on. Damn. Oh, what the heck, man?
Can hide from.
In case he blows up. New collectible. They are among us. Father like my daughter. See what we got. It is an easy boss, as long as one doesn't mess up, get greedy. Okay, we have 50 million different ways to go. Not one, no? Two. Up there. Explore and see so we don't miss the food. Okay, we have valves. These play spots, huh? Check up here what we got. Go there. Soiled letter. My name is Robert Esdale. Whoever may find this message, please try to help me. My daughter Louise disappeared a few weeks ago. She was seen for the last time in a bar neighborhood. Not the one where she works as a waitress, but another one. Dancing Trout. Two witnesses saw her leave the place with an elegant and unknown man, maybe a foreigner. There are many rumors of men and women vanishing in the area. I'm convinced my Louise has been abducted and is kept somewhere nearby. I know the police will not help, for they already have more important things to do. So, I have decided to look for my Louise by myself. Find this letter, it means I have failed saving her. My Louise is a good girl who does not deserve to die like this. She is of a medium size with dark hair and a scar on her right cheek. Please search for her and finish this work for me. God bless you.
Louise's father was determined to find and save her.
We unlock that one. Let's get...
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Oh yeah, let's see. We got all the stuff now. Give me a report. This door too. Round and unlock that one. Come on. Okay, so why? Oh, come on. Jesus. Jesus. Excellent. Blind as a bat.
vampires are so weak!
Disgusting asshole! Vampire or not, I'll never be alright!
How is that hitting? Oh god damn, that's so annoying. Oh my god, I'm stuck in that stupid spot. And again, what the...
Disgusting asshole! Vampire or not, I'll never be alright!
And again, how? How is that always hitting?
How long are you gonna keep me locked in here?
Oh my god! How is it not hitting? Oh my god, sometimes this game is just... annoying. Was that an easy... that showed shit, it's so stupid, because even if you dodge away, it still hits you. Stupid Dark Souls hitboxes, I call it. Where the heck am I?
Your prey is mine now!
Let me go, you bastard!
Oh my god, how is it not hitting him? Oh my god, it's stupid.
How long are you gonna keep me locked in here?
This is mine!
How long are you gonna keep me locked in here?
Don't you know
Asshole! Vampire or not, I'll never be alright! Let me go, you bastard!
You're feeble!
How long are you gonna keep me locked in here?
Those bullshit hits me.
Let me go, you bastard!
This is my territory!
Disgusting asshole! Vampire or not, I'll never...
Asshole. 13th October 1918. I just arrived in London after a grueling journey from Manchester. The city is sad and despaired. It will not be difficult to find a woman willing to escape death here. I can't wait to start my research soon. I won't be a virgin anymore. The heck, man. 16 October 1918, the cell is ready. All I must do now is to find the appropriate candidate and bring her in. She will be beautiful and gentle. Nice temper. I have already tested my persuasion ability on a few women and it worked, most of the time. But I don't want my future bride to be submissive. I'll only use my power to bring her here. Then I will tell her what I intend to do. I'll let her accept. This is important. I want my lady to willingly accept to become my wife for eternity. 17th October. I think I have found a perfect match. Her name is Louise. She's a waitress in a public house and she's quite charming. I love her attitude when serving drink in the bar. Tough and proud. So she will accept my offer. Once she is mine, once a vampire blood will have achieved her metamorphosis, her face will heal properly and her scars will disappear. Then she will be the perfect beauty and the only one to see right now. 18th October 19. I don't understand. Louise refuses my proposition. Why would she? I promised her I would never force her to anything. I let her starve a little. Then she will understand I'm her only option.
Wife!
Excuse me. Okay.
Miss Teasdale, are you all right?
How do you know my name? Who are you?
My name is Dr. Reed. I managed to track you down thanks to your father.
So my father really was looking after me. This man, this vampire told me my father was dead. Is it true?
I'm afraid so, miss. I'm so sorry for your loss. But you are free to go, as your abductor is no more.
I suppose my jailer also killed my father, didn't he?
Thankfully, he did not search your father's corpse, where I found his notes describing where he might find you. You should read them.
I must find my father's body. He deserves a proper burial.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale, and be careful. Until we meet again.
Okay. We did finish that. Oh. I have that.
You should return to a safer place, Miss Teasdale. What's more, I'm not sure you should see your father in his condition. He was savagely disfigured.
Thank you for your sympathy, Doctor. But I recently learned to stare horror in the face.
Okay. That.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale.
You have to wait until she...
Until we meet again. Dum, dum. Where are we?
Hello, my good sir.
Good evening, sir. May I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic in this part of town.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why all the questions?
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard. And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
I work for the Ascalon Club. Here is my permit to go freely about the city.
The Ascalon Club? You should have said so, sir. I must warn you, these streets are dangerous, and you'd better be careful.
Okay.
What can you tell me about this district?
I'm the one asking questions, especially when there's a killer on the loose.
Oh?
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with the civilians, sir.
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting? Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this. I'm convinced there is a homicidal maniac on the loose, using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor? Colleagues of mine die almost every day.
What are you really doing here?
I told you. I'm a detective inspector from Scotland Yard, investigating suspicious cases in the area.
Do you work alone?
Yes. The situation is difficult for the police. Many of us are sick, and since the summer strike, most men apply a work to rule on their patrols.
What about the situation in the East End? Why are there no police there to protect the civilians?
I know, it's a shame, but we just don't have enough men to cover the entire city.
Why are you investigating at night?
Criminals rarely act in daylight, you know. But since you are also a night worker, have you noticed anything strange, which requires police attention?
Jeffrey? Who the heck is Jeffrey? Oh. Isn't he back over at the one taking those high? Jeff. Jeff.
No, I've noticed nothing odd.
All right. But keep your eyes open, though.
Tell me all you know about that homicidal maniac you're looking for.
I'm not even sure there is only one. The wounds are always the same, but the modus operandi varies. Sometimes violent and brutal, sometimes precise and swift.
How could different killers inflict the same wounds?
That's my main problem. If my theory is correct, maybe we're facing a group of individuals sharing the same violent tendencies. Perhaps a sadist cult.
What are you investigating? exactly?
I currently have a few missing persons cases. Mr. Tadao Kimura and Miss Louise Teasdale. I'm afraid they may have been abducted by my mysterious maniac.
Tell me about Louise Teasdale.
She's a waitress. Her father reported her missing. We don't have enough men to search for her, sadly.
Do you have any idea where she could be?
No. But I feel she's been abducted. She went to a pub a few nights ago and vanished. I thought about the sewers, but I'm not equipped for such an investigation.
Tell me about Mr. Kimura.
Mr. Kimura is a businessman who has been missing for a few days. He didn't go home, didn't go to work, didn't go back to his family.
Where was he last seen?
Mr. Kimura was last seen at the Royal Observatory in Greenwich. I followed a possible lead in the West End, but I found nothing.
Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it, with just one phone call.
Move on.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Probably we will. Let's see what we have here. Let's open up this door. Go through there. It was find out so.
Be careful, Carol. You're wasting good food here.
Yes, Mother.
I said be careful, child. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Mummy has been so clumsy again.
No, that's okay. It won't bleed for long.
You're so pale. Are you feeling sick? Do you need to see a doctor?
No, I'm fine. I already saw the doctor last week.
Don't be silly. You must see a doctor. Just don't tell him how clumsy your mummy is, all right? I love you so much, my baby.
I love you too, Mother.
What?
It's locked. Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
Everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques.
Did he buy something from you?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
Okay.
What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
Really? Have I changed that much? It must have been the war and the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reed, you're still handsome. Just maybe a little bit wiser, more serious. It suits you well.
Tell me more about yourself. No new fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
Okay, lady. Me on to us, huh?
Have you noticed anything in particular in this part of town recently?
Other than you coming back to cheer me up? Nothing at all, Dr. Reed.
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now. But she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less afraid?
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
You have every reason to be cautious, Miss Price. Especially in these difficult times.
But we know the truth.
Maybe you could talk with her.
She's the one hurting her own daughter.
It would be nice to have a man here more often. We would both feel safer.
Tell me, Carolyn, do you often wound or hurt your daughter by mistake?
No. I always thought it was Carol's clumsiness that caused these incidents. Maybe it's a family trait, Doctor.
You really believe it's just bad luck and being clumsy then?
Of course, Doctor. What else could it be? I have nothing to hide.
Let's see what she has.
May I look at your goods, Miss Price?
It's always a pleasure to have you here, Dr. Reed. Take all the time you need.
Okay. What is it we actually do need right now? I don't think she has anything I need currently. I don't need that, I don't need that. This is level 60. I don't want to keep them. This one hasn't. Don't really have any need for this one anymore. So let's get rid of it. Looking here, maybe. No.
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Good evening,
Analyze
Miss
that
Price.
blood.
I'm Dr. Reed. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reed? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself recently. I know how to take care of myself now. I'm almost a grown-up.
Have you ever met the famous Aloysius Dawson?
Yes. A very strange man. Not very nice.
What do you mean?
He said he was ready to pay good money for rare books.
and then laughed at what we showed him.
Why are you awake at night, Carol?
I am helping my mother in her shop. It's not easy, but I'm a grown-up now.
I'm sure your mother is grateful for your help.
I do the best I can. But I'm so clumsy sometimes. I drop things. I injure myself. It's a good thing my mother has the patience of an angel.
Why is work not easy? Is something or someone bothering you?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me. But I'm so nervous sometimes. I pay no attention and hurt myself. Good thing my mum learned first aid.
What can you tell me of the people living nearby?
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends. And with the epidemic, it's even more difficult.
What can you tell me about the epidemic?
Some of our regular customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion. I've even seen men with weapons.
Have you no friends at all?
No. Mr. Nithercote used to pass by and was always nice to me.
Does he not come by anymore?
No. Mum said he was weird. Always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this camellia may be.
Aha. It comes up.
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together, and she has always watched over me.
Do you remember your father?
No, I was just a baby then. My mother always told me how strong and good he was.
Do you ever think about getting married now you're a woman?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. Mum always says I'm still a child who has no idea how tough life can be. No husband would like a clumsy girl like me.
Is it true you often hurt yourself, Carol?
Yes, it's true. I try to behave, I really do. But one way or another, I always end up injured or wounded. I'm so stupid.
Why would you be stupid?
It's like I can't help getting under my mother's feet. That's how I end up being pushed, cut, or burned. You see, I'm a stupid girl, really.
When exactly do these accidents happen?
Ever since I was little. That's why I need to stay with Mum. I'm not capable of taking care of myself.
I mean, she is, though. It's Mom that's being the culprit in the whole thing.
Goodbye, Carol.
Good morning. Good evening,
I
sir.
hope you can stay a little longer.
Good evening, Miss Price.
You know you can call me Carolyn, my dear doctor.
You are responsible for your daughter's many injuries and scars, Carolyn. You brutalize her, don't you?
How could I abuse my own flesh and blood? This is nonsense. It would be like hurting myself.
You really believe you've done nothing wrong, don't you? How long has this been going on for? I should have seen it when you were my patient.
See what? Child abuse? Are you mad, Dr. Reed? I dedicated my whole life to my precious Carol. She is a part of me.
Yes. Even her name is just a part of yours. This is a terrible tragedy. Something of an unknown disorder. My God. Abuse that comes from overwhelming love.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. How dare you say something like that? What kind of a monster do you think I am?
Speak to me, Carolyn. Why do you behave like this? How does it make you feel to hurt Carol before cajoling her?
I don't know. It makes me feel good to take care of my daughter. I need to feel useful. No one ever takes care of me. I need someone to take care of me.
Do you realize Carol is a person? Not a toy, not a doll. The poor girl would put her hand in a flame to please you. You are both trapped in this toxic relationship.
Carol and I are perfectly happy. Leave us be. How stupid I was to believe you could be a suitable husband.
Here we go. She's not a victim, she's like...
You're a threat to Carol, and no child should feel unsafe in the presence of their parents.
No, Dr. Reed. You are the threat. You are threatening to separate a mother from her only daughter, from the meaning of her life.
God damn, she is really nuts.
Carol's gratitude is exemplary. She seems determined never to leave you.
I'm taking care of my daughter as well as I can. It's not always easy, but she's the best gift life gave me.
But she'll probably leave you someday to live her own life. Will that be difficult for you?
Why would she leave?
Exactly.
Children sometimes stay with their parents until the end, for they know no one else will love them as much.
Yes, we learned everything about her now.
Goodbye for now, Miss Price.
Dr. Reed, I am glad.
Good evening, young lady.
My mother always prefers when people simply call me Carol.
Nothing there.
You need to understand you are in danger, Carol. Your mother is responsible for all your injuries.
That's a lie. She has always taken good care of me. She only gets irritated when I get under her feet. It's my fault. My mum loves me so much.
Yes, Carol. Your mother believes she loves you as much as you're convinced she loves you. But you are both trapped in a toxic relationship that puts you in danger.
What are you saying? That she lied to me all these years? That she wants me to be miserable? My mother has dedicated her life to my safety.
Your mother is terribly sick, Carol. She suffers from one of the most sadistic attitudes I've ever encountered, and tortures you with a twisted sense of love.
No, my mum loves me and only wants the best for me. It's my fault if I can never do anything right. She deserved a better girl than me.
Seriously?
Goodbye, Carol.
I thought I did all the options I had to talk to her about.
Good evening, Miss Price.
You know you can call me Carolyn, my dear doctor.
Did I miss? I got all there. Got all here. That's we got the last
Goodbye
clue, I
for
guess.
now, Miss Price.
So we could.
Dr. Reed, I am glad to see you again.
Almost feels like I should kill her. Explore a little bit. Heck. Yeah, this opens up this door. The Whitechapel, right? Yeah. Oh. Do not cough in public. Okay, let's see what we have here. We have an area. A priest.
Step back. Fear no Watch out! It's fast! Go on! Back to the shadow!
What the? Why didn't that hit?
Stay back, beast!
$200. Hey, buddy. Good for me. That was a dark corner. Might actually be the place where we're supposed to go. Surprise me. Might be a hideout. Was nice. Teleport up there. Refill. Blueprint. Let's see here now. They need a lot more of it. Need 3 plus 8. I need 8. There and this. All done otherwise. This way. Oh, hello there.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed? Dr. Reed?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... your name sounds familiar. And your face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you. My name is Pericles Baker. Does that mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure to meet you anyway.
The pleasure is mine, I guess. I only wish I could remember when it was that we met.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the world for a long time. I hope he found it.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Baker. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
We are waiting. Waiting for someone.
And why are you waiting for this person?
Because we need to leave this city. As soon as possible.
Why do you want to leave the city?
I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Can you tell me anything about this district?
As you like asking questions so much, would you allow me to ask you one first?
Please, be my guest.
Do you like this city?
I don't know. I was born and raised in London, but I feel like a stranger here recently.
You didn't answer my question, sir. But I don't blame you. Perhaps it's better that way.
And what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I wanted. Wanted something this city can't provide.
But what were you doing before you took this decision?
Does it really matter anymore? Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now I think it's over.
Tell me more about why you want to leave London, then.
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to convince my brother to leave London because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
Okay.
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has a name.
I really can't answer that question, since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance. I don't even know his real name. Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer, and here we are.
Yes.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker. Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are? Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And who are you then, sir?
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Okay. Not much information.
May I ask what you're doing outside at this hour of night?
I don't know. You should ask my brother instead. It was his idea in the first place.
You must have your own ideas.
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy. Or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Because I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
Well, we're not.
No, I'm not.
Good for you. It's a good thing to have a clear idea of where you stand concerning crucial questions. Don't you think?
May I ask why you've not gone already, if you're so exasperated by this long wait?
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the important thing is that I really hope I'll die before him. Grief would just kill me, you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and without my insistence, he would never leave this place. We don't often agree on anything, you see.
Who are you waiting for, exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be, then?
I don't know. A feeling? An event? An impulse? How can I tell? Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What kind of trap?
Okay, or do you just have a
Have you ever
hiccup
felt
then?
like life trapped you in a role that does not fit you? That you're not in your place? That sort of trap.
Trap? And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
Okay.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
But something else on him.
Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have feelings of deja vu when I talk to you?
Pericles, tell me why your brother disagrees with your presence here.
Agamemnon is naive sometimes. Although don't consider him a fool, sir. He is often more lucid than me.
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing, and for what reason.
But is that not a common problem for all mortals?
What can you tell me about your brother?
If you are searching for a pleasant chat, you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me. He's always been the more gentle of us.
That's it? That's all you can tell me about him?
For the time being, true kindness is the most valuable quality, my good sir.
What the heck, man? Okay.
Goodbye.
I'm not
Mr.
getting
Baker.
anything more out of these two. Maybe just
Too many murders to investigate them all, but they will not be forgotten.
okay. You're supposed to be able to listen in on these two.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
The heck?
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
Okay. Oh, what I missed there. Well, we'll be coming back this way, so. Round. Okay, can go in there. One of his brothers is gonna get up. Follow down. Like, what the actual heck? Huh? Okay, I'm confused. Is it bugged out now? This is the way to go.
A red river, a song in the dark, the whispers of a sun. So many signs to interpret.
Lock. Collectible. Get what these loadings.
Jonathan Reed. At last we meet. The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you. My name is Usher. Usher Talltree.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me a truth.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they tell me everything. They told me that you struggle hard not to take too many lives.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Is there anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Aloysius Dawson. Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood?
I really don't know. I don't often go outside. And when I do, it's usually to quite distant destinations.
So you see nothing in the stars for me? You're a poor fortune teller then.
Oh, I can tell you many things. But they will only concern you, not the city. For example, I know that you offered your sister the final rest she asked for.
Do the cards speak of my Mary?
No. It's the burning aura of guilt that precedes you everywhere you go.
Read my fortune, then.
You have been chosen, Jonathan. I see on you the mark of a strong being, so powerful it needn't even reveal its strength.
Okay.
Tell me about yourself. What do you do here, besides turning cards in the middle of the night?
I'm for most a charlatan. For a few, I'm a vampire. And for you, I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole.
Some believe you to be a vampire. Who?
The Guard of Priwen, who else? For a time, they sent spies to observe my activities, and they even broke into my home to gather proof.
Did they steal anything from you?
A personal notebook they quickly took to their headquarters. All they had to do is to look at me. I'm aging. What better and definite proof that I'm not an immortal?
Do you want your notebook back?
If you ever find it, I'd be glad to have it back, of course. I do ask one thing, though. Do not read it, Jonathan. Some secrets are not meant to be revealed, even to immortals.
Why not?
For how long have you been a primate?
It was 15 years last year.
What do you make of Dr. Swansea?
Edgar is a brilliant and dedicated man. A man of his time, sometimes a little muddled, but always looking for new paths and new concepts.
Can you read the cards for me?
Are you sure you want to know what they will reveal?
Yes, I am.
It will cost you 150 shillings.
Huh? Do I have that much?
Here is the money.
The glutton. A man who just eats life as a cake. A righteous ego, surprised to fall in love.
Can you read the cards for me?
Put the money on the table then, Jonathan, and open your mind.
Perhaps later. How do you measure the amount of blood on my hands?
I told you. The cards always tell the truth. Well, most of the time.
Is it possible to tell me my future?
A vampire's fate is much more delicate to read, Doctor. But I can try.
I would rather not know. How do you measure the amount of blood on my hands?
I told you. The cards always tell the truth. Well, most of the time.
Is it possible to tell me my future?
A vampire's fate is much more delicate to read, Doctor. But I can try.
All right. Let me hear it.
The walls of your prison have already been raised, Jonathan. But you will freely accept to be locked inside, full of hope for a better day.
Okay.
How did you learn about Mary? And spare me the hocus-pocus parlor tricks. The truth, now!
Swansea told me. Don't look at me like that. His task is to observe and gather information about vampires. He had to tell me about Mary.
She could have survived as a vampire. If only she had given me a chance to explain. If only I could have found the words.
Not all vampires accept their new condition. Since suicide is impossible, you have to find a way to get someone else to relieve the pain.
I could have saved her.
No, Jonathan.
May I ask you about the Brotherhood?
Of course. But I must warn you that there are some subjects we consider taboo, in spite of our fondness and acceptance of your kind.
Okay.
I know there is no love lost between the Guard of Priwen and the Brotherhood. What caused this rift?
It was 1801. The Brotherhood was stronger then, a strength that made them hungry for ever greater power. An argument divided them, and the wound never healed.
What was the nature of the disagreement?
The problem was that both sides considered themselves the legitimate heirs of the original Brotherhood. We divide up the books, the relics, not always fairly or with consideration.
Who founded the Brotherhood?
That's precisely the kind of question I cannot answer. It is delicate, and may reveal some of our secret traditions.
So you're not just a club of academics and scholars?
Once upon a time, very long ago, the Brotherhood did more than simply study the vampires. They took actions to eliminate the more ferocious and corrupted.
Hey, you're done.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. A red river, a song in the dark, the whispers of a sun. So many signs to interpret.
So... that must be that building then. But it seems like I have to be behind these guys or something, you know? Don't get how that... Well, it's something that happens later on. Okay. It doesn't come up anymore. It was here, but it's... I don't get that circle about me being able to listen in on them. Let's go in here now. Assume this is the mansion. Boom boom.
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains, am I ready to make a dying man my progeny?
Nice place. Like, okay, now we have to find him somewhere. Oh, right.
Finally you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
Believe me, there is a huge difference between reading about vampires and waking up as one. I learned that myself the hard way.
Oh my God, man, stop your whining. I don't have time for your pointless jibber-jabber.
I will become your maker. Do you understand what that means?
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege, or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
Okay.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful.
I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
Let's move on then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed, and I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London. I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separating the wheat from the chaff.
By doing so, you will also create 2 separate prisons.
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls? You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen. As long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated as soon as they are spotted.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
Ah! Heck no. You're doing this.
Listen to me, Aloysius Dawson. You will forget your fear of dying, for it has poisoned your mind and made you bitter and ruthless since the death of your twin brother.
You don't understand. Death is oblivion, the eternal void. I know there's nothing there. I saw it in Robert's empty eyes. I saw myself in that coffin.
Death is painful for those who remain, not for those who have passed. All that occult gibberish you filled your head with has made you forget this simple truth.
No! Death will not claim me. I have the power and the money. I've acquired the arcane knowledge needed. I believe there is magic, there are dark forces. You will provide me my extension.
Your ignorance makes you a fool. You have no idea. Look at me. Hunted like a beast, my family lost, cursed. I have not escaped death, I have become it.
No, there must be a way. I don't want to go like my brother did. I have money, lots of money.
Money won't ease your mind. I know you used to be a good and generous man. So I offer you the gift of peace, Aloysius. The tranquility of a true death.
I accept your offer. And I understand. No more fear, I will die a man of dignity. And a man at peace.
Ooh. I wonder how this will pan out now.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Right. Everything is locked.
It's locked.
Okay. Execution of John Francis Sparrow. John Francis Sparrow, 21, has been hung this morning in the prison of Pentonville. Mr. Sparrow was sentenced to death after being found guilty of the murder of his sister Alexandra Sparrow. Until the end, the man claimed he was innocent. No formal proof of his presence at the crime scene was ever brought to the court, but he has been sentenced to death and executed anyway. And Joe refused to open the case despite the man holes in his chains of events, which ended with the death of Miss Sparrow. Charles Albright, who conducted an inquiry for Scotland Yard, refused to answer any of our questions, but 3 weeks ago he was demoted without any official explanation. What a strange way to reward an efficient inquirer.
Reduced in rank for falsely accusing a man of murder. I wonder what Inspector Albright thinks about his punishment.
Okay. This is gonna be interesting to see what the Lord will say about this choice we did. Guess we're gonna get kicked out of the club, huh? Oh, dear. Oh yeah, he said he was gonna be here. Okay.
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn, as expected?
I'm afraid Mr. Dawson finally chose to embrace life and death as a mortal.
What do you mean?
He has overcome his fear of dying. I let him rest and wait for death to come.
What? This is unacceptable. Go back there and make him the powerful Ekon he's destined to be.
No, Lord Redgrave. As a doctor and as an immortal, I can't. If you wish to make him your progeny, then proceed on your own.
This is an outrage beyond words. This is betrayal, pure and simple. I should kill you on the spot. You swore on William Marshall's blood.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Vanished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Yes, go, traitor, and take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone.